Our adventure begins when our Cessna Grand Caravan touched down on a remote, dusty airstrip in northern Kruger National Park in South Africa. Our bags were unloaded and soon we were headed to Pafuri Camp, where we would call home for the next 3 days. Pafuri Camp, with its huge deck area, sits on the northern bank of the Lavuhu River. The elevated platforms and walkways allow easy access for wildlife to get to and from the river. Huge ebony and inyala trees provide the much-needed shade, keeping the lodge cool and comfortable, even in the noonday sun. After a brief orientation, it was off to our private cabin. Our cabin was clean, spacious, and well appointed. The large private front deck provided ample views of the river, great for viewing wildlife. The double basin sink and the indoor-outdoor showers provided just a touch of luxury. All in all, a great place to relax after a full day of exciting game drives.
Are you done?
An early morning wake-up call at 6 o'clock, an absolute knockout breakfast bar at 6:30, and by 7 o'clock we are ready to load our vehicles and head out. Our safari vehicle had no roof or windscreen to protect us from the early morning chill, but still we knew that after sunrise this area would be teeming with wildlife. Our driver guide, Martin Haynes, was incredibly knowledgeable about this environment and its wildlife. We watched, we listened, and we learned.
South African term for these is a shongololo.
Is it alive?
No, this is dead. Huh?
It's a millipede.
It's a millipede, but it's basically nickname, or what we call them in South Africa, shongololos.
Pretty name. I wonder if they play dead.
No.
Ours play dead.
They don't play dead, they basically form up into a circle, a solid circle, and will just lie there. But this one is dead. It's all the knobs that are ground into a powder, then mixed up with different substances and all the rest of it. And then you use those substances, and you wouldn't like to know how to use them, but they're then used for, you put them in eye infections, an aphrodisiac. They produce a little seed about so big. You can take those seeds, and if you eat the seeds, it gives you hallucinations. Yeah. The problem is if you take too many of them, you can kill yourself, and very quickly. It's literally you take one too many and it will kill you.
Like
fresh buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay, we need.
See how much finer it is ground down. Different type of stomachs, eh? See two. There's a one footprint. That's the rear foot. This is the front foot here. Wow. You can see there's two things. If an animal's running, this one here was walking quicker than a normal stroll. Quite simply because the second print was in front of the first print. That was the first print there, that's the second print there.
It was clear that Martin's intimate knowledge comes from a profound love of the land and the wildlife. We learned a lot.
idea of us when you go walking is you want to see the animals, so you walk to see the animals. But the way you walk to see the animals.
In the Greek islands, it's traditional for people to gather on the west side of the island to watch the sunset over drinks. On this day, we found ourselves here in Africa enjoying our sundowner in a dry riverbed called Crook's Corner, just yards away from a relaxing crocodile.
Now South Africa is on the right-hand side of the river, about until roughly the bend. And then just past that is Mozambique. Mozambique extends across the river and off into a direction as well, both north and south from there. Zimbabwe straight across on our left. That's all Zimbabwe. Now it's the three countries meet here, and the reason it's called Crook's Corner is it used to be used as quite a thoroughfare for a bunch of crooks, mainly in the ivory trade. They used to shoot an elephant in South Africa, take the horn or the tusks across into Mozambique and into Zimbabwe and then sell it. Or vice versa, they used to kill the animals that were there and then bring it into South Africa and sell it here. But as soon as they went across, they basically said, sorry guys, from the police on the other side, you can't touch us, we're in a different country. And this is the meeting point between the three countries up top here. You're welcome to. She is mobile. She's getting into the northern side of the thick bush, but we'll try to relocate and try.
Beautiful, eh? Look at it.
Guys, enjoy.
It will be hard to leave this wilderness paradise. The good people at Pafuri Lodge and our expert driver guides Martin and Dan have made this experience one of the best. And so we find ourselves back at that same remote dusty airstrip, loading our bags into that same Cessna Grand Caravan and saying our goodbyes. We find ourselves with mixed emotions, sad to leave, but eager to move on to our next camp and more wildlife. Part 2 of our great African adventure.